I mean, goodness, golly gracious. If you want to destroy a political movement, this is exactly how you do it, and you self-sabotage. Yep, as Donald Trump has now made new statements that are bewildering, insane, crazy, as this is a new level of self-sabotage and self-harm that we have seen that truly is bizarre. We're going to get into it, as of course, these latest statements, these latest actions by the House GOP here clearly speak volumes. A lot of people are not impressed. A lot of people are worried. And if you appreciate us being able to actually tell you these truths in an honest, earnest way, because there's so much disinformation, so much crap. There's so many people, either one, being told to shut up, two, being promised to tell us that everything's going to be hunky-dory. We're going to get them, don't worry. With no evidence, no facts, no one from the administration actually saying that. I think all of those people are full of crap, and I think we just confirmed that even more, because we said they were full of crap from the beginning, but we confirmed it even more with Trump's latest statements. And if you appreciate this type of real legitimate conversation, subscribe, click the notification button. We greatly appreciate all of your time that you spend with us, as Donald Trump just came out and asked specifically about the Epstein files, and he doubled down on his Truth social media post where he got ratioed, where he tried to blame everything on Clinton, Obama, and Biden. And now he's saying it again. You would think that there would have been a calculation. You would think that there would have been an assessment. You would think Trump seeing the ratio on Truth Social, first time ever. You would think, it's like, oh man, no one's really buying this. You know, I haven't really provided any evidence of any proof here. Let's redirect here. Let's actually do some work here. Let's actually release something here. He's doubling down, which it's so disappointing, to say the least.
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden information, you know, we went.
Really? The Epstein files are now Comey, Obama's, and Biden's made up files? Really? I mean, there's legitimate documents. There's videos, there's hard drives, there's witness testimony, there's his former administration member, Acosta, that has all the records, that knows exactly what was going on here when he gave him the sweetheart deal of a lifetime. We have 250 victims. We have multiple sealed cases of evidence that was used in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial and other trials. And you're telling me that all of that is somehow a manifestation of Comey, Obama, Biden, and Hillary? How? Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? And if your theory is true, that means you're self-sabotaging, destroying your reputation, destroying your base, destroying the whole MAGA movement because you're protecting Comey, Obama, and Biden, and Hillary Clinton. You're protecting all of them. This does not add up. It does not make sense, and there is no evidence, and this is a clear deflection effort that people see as a deflection effort, as of course he's just burying himself that much deeper into this political scandal that is never going to go away.
Through years of that, with the Russia hoax, with all of the...
Now, the Russia hoax is a bit different, okay? Because we have proof and evidence from Kash Patel that actually exposed it, that actually has a good reputation. That's how Kash Patel got his reputation. We didn't fall for the Russia stuff. This is not a bipartisan issue. When the whole Russia thing came out, as independent media, we said, hey, the intel agencies aren't providing any information. They're just telling us to blindly believe them and to say that Trump was Russian and that Trump was in a hotel room with ladies of the night that were relieving themselves. They told us to blindly believe all that. And I said, I'm not going to believe it. And I got attacked viciously. Washington Post attacked us viciously. YouTube downgraded our channel, demonetized our channel. We had videos taken down because we stood up for you based on facts. This is not the Russian collusion. This is completely different here, and you equating it is absolutely disingenuous, absolutely dishonest, and absolutely not true at all. Okay? You're doing what they did. Blindly believe me. Blind me, trust me. Trust government. They did it. They're bad. It's all my opponents. That's what they said. And I didn't believe them. And I'm not believing you now.
Different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it. But she's handled it very well. And it's
No, she hasn't. She made a lot of miscalculations. She made a lot of wrong statements. She contradicted herself multiple times. It looks like she's lying. She is very well media trained. She keeps attention to detail very well. She's one of the top most prolific, important prosecutors in the world. And you're telling me she was playing loose with the facts here? You're telling me she got so many things wrong here? You're telling me that the binder gate was a great thing? Really? She's doing great? No. Overwhelmingly, the MAGA base, especially after this TPUSA event, not happy, not satisfied with Pam Bondi.
It's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release, yeah.
Whatever she thinks is credible, she should, quote, release. Is she going to be releasing anything? What's credible? What's no longer credible? As, of course, the GOP now is fighting for more congressional releases here. And again, he was asked about Pam Bondi once again, and this is what I'm going to play this clip. Before I do, we got to pay the bills around here, and that's why I got to remind you guys to sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you doing? It's quick, it's easy, and simple. There's very few people that are actually honest, true. I would count them on my hand. Blair White, Robert Barnes, Owen Schroyer, top G's when it comes to talking about this stuff, exposing this stuff, and actually being 100% honest and real with the people. If you consider one of us, one of those people, subscribe to LukeUnfiltered.com. 20 cents a day. It's quick. It's easy. You click the link down in the description below. You have to check your spam because Google doesn't send out our emails. You check your spam. You get your login credentials. You log in, and you get 13 years of videos exclusively centered towards helping you become the strongest, most amazing version of yourself. 3 master classes. You get access to me directly. I get to talk to you one-on-one on the Telegram channel, and we discuss stories. I ask you what you want me to talk about. You send me news stories, and we have a conversation all one-on-one exclusively through LukeUnfiltered.com. We just did an in real life meetup with the Quartering. He's another real one. And then, of course, we're doing more meetups. We're going to do a beach day. We're going to do a lot of really fun stuff. I want to do more nature hikes, more range days. I want people to go out there, network, meet people, and to, of course, live a life outside of this crooked political system that clearly is too crooked to fix. So this is the solution because times are going to get tough. Times are going to get very difficult, and I want to safeguard people, and I try to do that as best as I can through LukeUnfiltered.com. If you want to help propel that mission, subscribe right now. It means a lot to us. Now, this is not the only thing that Donald Trump just said here during this kind of impromptu press conference here. I think the facial expressions by Caroline Levitt here, I think also speaks volumes here throughout all of this. As, of course, Trump was asked specifically, how has Pam Bondi handled this situation? And again, this is what he has to say.
The Epstein case, do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well.
Absolutely not the case. I don't know how he could say that. At this particular point in juncture, I just don't know, like, what he's thinking. It's not of sound mind. Let's just be real with ourselves here. It doesn't make any sense at all. Vast majority of people are dissatisfied. We were told a whole bunch of stuff, and now we're being told, no, actually, wait a minute. No list, no video footage, no blackmail, no extortion, no client list. He took himself out. Nothing to see here. Goodbye. Case closed. Here's a little videotape. That's edited, by the way. Now we're finding out 2 minutes plus are missing from it, not just a minute, and they were spliced together from an adjacent hallway that wasn't even the cell room. Case closed. Nothing to see here. Shut up. Go away. Stop talking about this. Bindergate? No, I'm sorry. She did not handle this situation very well at all. She handled it. Listen, some people say, in a way, listen, in a way, you know why Trump said this? Because he handled the situation like he told her to handle it. She followed orders, and she takes orders from Donald Trump, okay? She's at the beck and call of Donald Trump. That's why he's safeguarding her from criticism. And, you know, if you want to be generous, this could be Donald Trump taking the criticism on himself so he doesn't get criticism on his attorney general that's following his orders and doing exactly what she is being told to do by him. I think that is the case here, and that's why he's saying this. If you're going to rationalize this, that's exactly why he's saying this right now.
She's really done a very good job. And I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also. But I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important. And you want credible evidence for something like that. And I think the Attorney General has handled it very well.
We haven't gotten zero credible evidence. We have gotten a rickety, crappy tape, and then we were told to shut up. A tape that doesn't even prove anything. Doesn't even show us anything. Shut up. Go away. Case closed. The hell it's not. Matt Walsh came out and said, listen, you want us to stop talking about this? We never will. And the more you try to get people to stop talking about this, the more people are going to talk about this. And this is going to be the issue that is a major stain on Trump's reputation, on Trump's presidency. And listen, his advisors are some of the most awful people right now that are giving him the worst advice possible. I know for a fact people who bring up this issue and say, hey, Trump, the base here isn't really happy about this. This is a big controversy. This is something that we need to correct. This is a big issue here. Fired. How dare you bring this up to Donald Trump? How dare what? You don't ask me how I know this, but I know this. You brought up this. Fired. On the spot. Immediately. All of his populist advisors come in and be like, Trump, listen, he's not listening to any of them. Okay? All right. Some of them are my friends. And listen, there's advisors. They're like, listen, Trump, let's fix this. Let's stop doing the self-sabotage. They're not listening to, he's not listening to any of them. The Quartering came out and said, but I was reliably told by MAGA influencers that Trump was going to release more files immediately. Yeah. Let's be honest. Benny Johnson came out. And there was Laura Trump, who's not a part of the administration, who's not in the White House, who says she believes that they're going to release more files. And then Benny Johnson was like, I had a call at the FBI. They're going to release more files. I still hope that's true, but Trump's, who's calling the shots here, is saying, listen, we can't release the files because of Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. Okay, now his story's true. Let's just make pretend. Let's give him the benefit of that. His story's true. Charge right now. Have FBI agents show up at the doorstep. If you know this for a fact, right? Let's just say hypothetically it's true. Let's just say you're one of these people that believes Trump will never lie and always tells the truth. Let's just say you're one of these people. Okay, FBI right now. Show up at the house of Barack Obama. Show up at the house of Hillary Clinton. Show up at the house of Joe Biden. You guys covered up and destroyed evidence. You guys clearly conducted criminal activities. Therefore, you need to be held accountable for it. Now, bring us in. Now we're going to, of course, press charges against you. That's the only way to satiate this if this is true. But again, these files released immediately. I hope that's true, but these Trump statements contradict that. Glenn Greenwald says, what is in the Epstein documents that is causing Trump now to insist over and over that they are all forged and fake documents fabricated by Comey, Obama, Hillary, and Biden? And again, a lot of people automatically are going to say Trump's guilty. And there's circumstantial evidence proving that Trump is not guilty of actions against small children. Let's just be honest with ourselves. He doesn't fit the kind of character type. He likes older women with big bazongas, okay? That's not small children, right? Epstein's lawyer, right, who was talking to him, came to him and said, do you have any dirt on Donald Trump? The DOJ, under Donald Trump's first administration, came to Epstein and said, give us dirt on Donald Trump, we'll let you go. And Epstein was like, I don't got anything. Now, was Epstein telling the truth here or not? Were they able to compromise something? Were they able to make something up? I don't know. But clearly, there's something in there that Donald Trump does not want the world to see. What is that? We're only left to speculate here, as it probably involves other countries, other intelligence agencies. And listen, if those countries and those intelligence agencies deserve to be exposed because they used children as a ploy for blackmail and extortion for them to be hurt and abused in unspeakable ways to gain political power, that needs to stop immediately. And if it's not, Trump is aiding and abetting it. This needs to stop. It needs to stop now. It doesn't need to stop ever. Like, why are you making these determinations? Why are you making these arguments here? That clearly are disappointing. Robert Barnes, they planned on disclosing Epstein files until they discovered who was implicated. Of course, handling it like this makes people even more interested in who that is and how disclosing any files could somehow rat them out. Strongly suggest an intelligence agency. Yeah, absolutely. Acosta, Trump's former admin member, said, I was told to go easy on Epstein. Gave him the sweetheart deal, the plea deal of a lifetime, because he was told he was intelligence. He was here. Now, where do we go from here? There's going to be more congressional actions. The Democrats are going to be using this as a political battering ram against Donald Trump, and they're going to gain significant leverage, and they already are in the public PR battle for all of this. Mike Johnson just came out and he said he supports Ghislaine Maxwell testifying to Congress, and he's demanding that the DOJ release everything that they have on Epstein. There was a provision to release that, and the House GOP voted against it. That's a bad look. That is a very, very bad look here. As now the DOJ is urging the Supreme Court not to overturn the Ghislaine Maxwell trafficking conviction, despite naming no clients, according to, quote, leading reports here. MTG came out on the Alex Jones show and said she believes foreign intel agencies are behind Epstein, and she calls for the president to appoint a special prosecutor to release all Epstein information. That should be done here. Listen, I 110% agree with that. Now we're left at a point here where even Matt Walsh is saying, you know what? We don't have anything here. Let's bring out Maxwell. Let her testify, which soon might be happening. She might be sent from jail. And of course, we can't really believe anything she says because she is the co-conspirator. Some people say she's the mastermind, especially with her father, Robert Maxwell, that ran around intel circles, especially with the Russians, the Israelis, the British. Very powerful media figure. A lot of people are under the payroll of the intel agencies, and a lot of people are being told to shut up, who are being sold all these promises. They're coming. Their releases are coming, I'm telling you. And again, if the releases were coming, Donald Trump should have led with that, and he should have told people that. Listen, I know if you have rational, sound advisors that are not criminals, that are not trying to self-sabotage and destroy your reputation, the advisors would come to him and be like, this is make or break for you right now. You come out and you say, special prosecutor, you get someone who can't be manipulated. You get someone that can't be broken. You get someone that's actually going to get some legitimate information, and he's going to hold powerful people who hurt children accountable. And whatever the fallout from that is, it's not going to be as severe as you destroying your entire career, your entire reputation, your entire legacy. That's the conversation. That's the tough conversation that needs to happen right now with Trump. Him doubling down and saying, no, we can't do the Epstein files because they're manipulated by Obama, Biden, Clinton. Okay, if that's the case here, arrest them all. Arrest them. Wait, what? They arrested you, right? They raided your home. They were in your wife's underwear drawer. You're telling me you're protecting them right now? Why are you protecting them? If you're saying that they conducted criminal activities, they conducted criminal actions, hold them accountable. If you don't hold them accountable, it looks like it's just a lie, and overwhelmingly is being resonated, is being felt like it's a huge lie. And this is sad, and this is extremely disappointing, and this is something that, of course, will not go away. I mean, even Kevin Spacey's talking about release the Epstein list. Nikki Haley released the Epstein list. Vast majority of the public released the Epstein list. Democrats released the Epstein list. This was something that we've been calling for like 15 years. We've been saying this is such a weird, sketchy, crazy situation. Again, we risked it all going to the island, trying to bring you the truth about this matter and about this situation. This is something close to a lot of people's heart. This is something that I think is the key moment in time in our history that will determine whether our country is continued to be run on blackmail or whether our system is actually cleansed of the rotten, most evil, destructive, demonic forces out there. Because once you release the Epstein list, you get rid of the Ring of Sauron. You throw it into the fire, and you don't become Gollum. And I think that needs to happen. And if you agree, share this video with your friends and family members. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys signing up to lookunfiltered.com, joining the conversations, joining me on Telegram. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more, all here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.